guys, good morning. It's Mosh. I just wanted to come in and answer a quick question. So somebody asked, what is vagrancy? So vagrancy is just a state of homelessness. So being homeless, you are vagrant, you don't have a place to stay. So based on a report by Knox HMIS, 9,183 people reported being homeless here in Knoxville in 2019. That's a 3% increase from 2018. So now we have to kind of think about what 2020 is going to be bringing us, because this is unprecedented times, as we all know. This is COVID times. So a lot of people are going to end up being homeless and being kicked out of their apartment complexes, out of their homes. And although some people can get help, others can't. And a lot of the people that you see on the streets right now, they can't. Actually, just the other day, whenever I was out with my boyfriend, we actually met a guy, I believe his name was Steven, and he was telling us his story, and he actually had a glass blowing business that got shut down because of COVID. And he lost everything, absolutely everything. He had nothing like after COVID hit. So now he's homeless and trying to figure out what he can do to get back on his feet. He doesn't look like hit you as a basic homeless person. He looks like he's got his life together, but at the same time, he's like living on the streets. He doesn't have a place to even sleep right now. So just something to consider. Everyone has a story, and it seems like Steven actually will find a place at the end of it. You know, like it sounds like he has something going on already where he's getting some stable employment. Of course, still doesn't have a place to stay, but at least he's going to work, and that's step one. I suppose that's kind of where Farm for Freedom is leading to. But this is not going to be the only story. This is just like one outing. Like just hearing that story is just one outing. And so we're going to be facing a lot of like a large spike in homelessness and vagrancy in 2020. So what I'm kind of interested in seeing the reports, to be honest, because it's going to be really interesting, specifically for Farm for Freedom, because I think it's well timed considering the circumstance. So let's see. I guess I also wanted to tell you guys like a quick story about a guy that I met in Nashville. I'm not going to disclose his name, but he is a Facebook friend of mine. And he actually had a story as well. And I was in Nashville visiting some friends, but I got up kind of early. I usually get up at 3 a.m. I'm weird. So I want to actually be productive and start my day early, go work out, go read, be like a productive member of society, like right off the bat, because I think that my morning hours are actually the best hours to be productive. But this was 6 a.m. at this point, so I got to sleep in a little bit, so it wasn't that bad. But no one else was up, and I wasn't like very familiar with the area, so I just stepped outside figuring like, you know, there's got to be some kind of place that's open. So I started walking around, and I actually met this homeless man. And you see, the thing is like you could hear him probably a mile away because his shoes were so broken up that the metal was scraping the ground. I don't know what kind of shoes have metal in them, to be honest, but it was like the craziest sound. And like this guy didn't look much older than me, and actually after talking to him, I found out that he was only 2 months older than me. You know, the situation is so odd. Like everybody has like a little backstory. So he was a cook, and he ended up having a son, and his son ended up getting taken away by the mother, and because he was using drugs at this time. And whenever the mother took his son away, he ended up spiraling down, and he ended up on the streets because of that. He was couch surfing for a little bit, but obviously he overstayed his welcome. And probably, like, I didn't ask, of course, but it's even potential that his friends no longer wanted him to be there. Like, you know, with the drug use and stuff, not everybody's like as content with it. Based on how he sounded, he might have overstayed his welcome with that too. But the thing is everyone's got a story, and this guy wasn't bad. He wasn't a bad person. Like, he was very helpful. He was telling me his stories about like things that he's been part of, things that he's seen. And I guess I will probably disclose a lot of that later on in this, in the channel, but I guess what I'm trying to say is everyone's got a little bit of a backstory. Not everybody wants to share, but at the same time, a lot of people do. And a lot of people don't want to be stuck there. A lot of people just want stability and want to get out, but there's not many places that can get them out in a way that is reasonable whenever you already have a community. So a lot of people don't kind of recognize that vagrant people, like homeless people, actually do have a community, a close-knit community a lot of the time that functions in a certain way. And to break that is going to be kind of tough because it's their norm at that time. So trying to break their norm is not that simple. It's like, you know, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's an addiction, but it's kind of like, you know, quitting cigarettes. Like you kind of come back at the end, or like it's easy to come back. It's just easy. It's difficult to make changes, but it's easy to stay where you are. And I guess that's kind of what I just wanted to share with you guys about homelessness and vagrancy, and talk to you guys a little bit about it, and kind of where I am and how I feel about it. I really hope that we get to help the homeless, because as I said, it's a way out, and I really want to give them a way out. Okay, thanks guys.